Here behind the scenes, Murda Muzik, the movie, the director, Lawrence Page, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be bringing you to some of the more interesting behind the scenes information that, you're gonna need to know about this movie.
Peace. What's happening, y'all? It's good to see y'all. Back behind the scenes checking this out. One-on-one with Lawrence Page, director, Murda Muzik, the movie, director of Statistic. A lot of other things coming up. How y'all doing? Let's get this popping, baby.
Yeah, you got Prodigy in this movie in Queensbridge. It was shot in Queensbridge. It was shot on the streets.
Queensbridge. Yeah, we shot this movie in Queensbridge. We shot it in Red Hook Projects in Brooklyn.
All right.
We shot it in Uptown. You know what I mean? Uptown, Harlem. Spots in Harlem. Shot it, sometimes we shot in their mansions and shit up in the Hamptons. You know what I mean? That's where we went for the pretty scenes.
Oh, okay.
Every last mansion was in that movie. Prodigy and Mobb Deep, they own all that shit.
Okay, but you didn't use any like sets and Hollywood sets and fake sets and shit. You know what I'm saying, with the bullshit going on. You know what I mean, like plastic buildings and shit, fake projects. You know what I'm saying, spray fake graffiti. You know.
No. Every set was real. All our houses. You know what I mean. There was no rentals in the houses. Probably was one house that was rented. You know what I mean, but it wasn't a mansion. But all the rest of the houses, Havoc on one, Prodigy on one, and one of Prodigy man had owned the crib.
Oh, that's
and they shot in one of my houses. You know what I mean? So that's how we got busy with it. You know.
That's what's up. It's good to see hip hop come this far. Where we got real millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Cats coming up, working hard and making money. But back to this movie. What makes you think? Well, first let's get into you as a director. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely doing a lot of street. You're doing a lot of hood movies. Statistic. Just to introduce it to the people out there. Let's tell them something about your first movie, Statistic.
Statistic, man. That was a good movie. A lot of y'all probably seen it. Y'all didn't see it. Definitely go pick the DVD up. Try to get that movie. That was my first movie shot for $7,000. I shot that in 5 consecutive days. A very independent film. You know what I mean? When you see it, a lot of shit changed. I probably wouldn't do some of the things I did do now that I shot in that movie. But, it was Redman in it. It was Mobb Deep in it. Lost Boys, Mr. Cheeks was in it. You know what I mean? Even had Dana Dane. It was a good independent film that we had put together. You know what I mean? It was like my credit card to the game. You know what I mean? It gave me credit. You know what I mean? With that right there, I was able to go out and search these other films, you know what I mean, and bring pain to the game, what game need, you know what I mean? So Statistic was a good movie. It was gangster, you know what I mean? I started in the film, I acted in the film. I started off doing acting before I was a director, you know what I mean? So I figured I needed to be in a movie so I can bring the pain. I didn't have a big budget, so I figured I knew I can act my ass off, you follow what I'm saying? So if at least I get in the film and act my ass off, I can sell a goddamn film. They'll forget about the rappers in the motherfucking movie and they'll focus on the storyline. That's what it brought. It was real, it was reality. The real Bonnie and Clyde in the hood. They wasn't ready for it, so it was a big success. BET played on pay-per-view, Blockbuster Video was everywhere. You know what I mean? I sold at least over like 200,000 copies. You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? So it grossed about 1.2 million. It was a good movie for $7,000. I can't go wrong with that.
That's what's up. So I see you directing these movies and 1.2 million. That's a lot of money for a street
1.2 million. 1.2 million. That's good for a street film. Actually, that's low budget compared to what a lot of other cats made. You know what I mean? Master P made way more than that with Body films like that. Jay-Z made more money than that with his film. Streets is watching. You know what I mean? So it was a good amount for a little cat that coming from nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
this film game is big money, man. It's real serious out here. But let's get back to you as a director. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of directors coming up directing these gangster movies, directing these hood movies, and trying to come off like they hood directors. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna make your direction of this movie so street, so hood, to separate it from all other movies out there? What is it about this that was so street and hood? Why I gotta buy into it?
I ain't telling you to buy into it. You know what I mean?
All right.
And I ain't telling none of my fans out there to buy into it, and I ain't telling none of the Prodigy fans to buy into it.
Well, you selling it to us, so we gotta buy it.
Yeah, you're gonna buy it because it's the realest shit you ever seen in your life. Like Tupac said, this be the realest shit I ever wrote. This probably be one of the realest films ever fucking made. You know what I mean? I got shot in the neck on set. You know what I mean? I think this is the most gangster movie. I sat there and witnessed dude jump out of a truck, shooting at Prodigy and Havoc and Littles and Noid and who else is in fucking Todd Nitty. I've seen it, you know what I mean? I'm trying to jump out the way, bullet hit me right in the back of the motherfucking neck, you know what I mean? You can see the little scar right there, you know? Me, I kept going, I didn't stop, you know what I mean? I said, we're gonna keep filming. My camera crew wanted to break out. You know how it is with a bunch of white boys in the middle of the hood? They getting scared, like, Larry, we gotta quit. My name is Lawrence, they call me Larry, we gotta quit, we can't do this. I said, look, you're gonna ride to the top with me on this one. What makes you a great director, photographer? What makes you a good cameraman? What's gonna make me a good director? We gotta ride to the top. When the motherfucking Vietnam is out there fighting war, How do you think we see those good pictures? You know what I mean? How do you think we get to see the real shots? Because that cameraman is still out there. He's still out there taping somebody's leg blown the fuck off. How do we imitate the lives of those Vietnam movies? Because somebody did it. You follow what I'm saying? So I got to be that cat. I got to be that cat that's going to go through the war. I got to go through this gangster filmmaking shit. You follow me? And to get to where I want to go. And I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a gangster film. Real crack selling in the movie, real dudes getting locked up, real cats getting shot up. And we ain't talking about no documentary here. I don't fuck with documentaries, and I got nothing wrong against them. You know what I mean? But I had to make this a feature film. I had to show cats what it's like to be in the music game. They've never seen that side of Mobb Deep before. A lot of cats heard their music, but they've never came into that world, that project world. They've never seen how these cats do behind the camera. They never seen that real life shit. You know what I mean? So this is definitely one of the most gangster music films that you motherfuckers ever gonna see. You follow what I'm saying? A lot of you rappers out there, I'm pretty sure you know it. You're going to see it, and they're going to see it. You're going to watch it. You're going to watch it. You're going to say, I like that part. I didn't like that part. That part was hot. Yeah, that part was cool. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's what you cats rap about is what they did. You follow what I'm saying? It's a real fucking music film. It don't get no realer than Murda Muzik. We went through a lot of problems with this film. You know what I mean? 1 minute, Prodigy and them had beef with somebody, so we couldn't shot in Queensbridge because they would try to show up. That's when I got shot in the neck. They was on tour, you follow what I'm saying? They was getting off their label with Loud Records. They was going to job. So there's a lot of different things that happened in the middle while making this film. But it's a good thing that it didn't come out when it did come out, because it wasn't time. There's a time for everything in this business. And now the time for it that is out right now, I think it's gonna make a bigger impact on the street, because a lot of cats that's getting into music, or a lot of cliques out there, you follow what I'm saying? They're always gonna want to make movies. You follow what I'm saying? But can they make a real music film like this? Can they show the reality of a film without it looking like a documentary? Can they squeeze some of that documentary, that music, and that film and squeeze everything together? Can they cook this shit in a pot and make it taste like good fucking chicken soup? You follow what I'm saying? That's what it's about, man.
A lot of people in Hollywood, like, the Samuel L. Jacksons and people like that out there, saying that, a lot of these hip hop characters should stay out of movies and stay in a rap. Like let the music people do music and let the movie people do movie, because they're saying that they're not built for the movie game. But obviously people are making money. Obviously the hip hop movie game is expanding. How do you think for example, rappers that have success and then they switch over and start acting? How do you think that affects the game, or is it good as bad? Like for example, 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like him, if he just now pops in a movie, he's gonna have like probably a hit movie. How you feel about that?
Well, like I say, a lot of rappers can't act. You know what I mean? Some of them need to sit their ass down and keep making music. And then you got those ones out there who wants to take acting serious. I mean, this acting game is just not meant for one person. You know what I mean? This acting game is meant for whoever wants to get in the game and do it. And God, you know what I mean? If you can get in it, God bless you. You know what I mean? If you're good at what you do and you can prove to your fans, and fans are constantly going to the box office to see you because they like you, that means you're in the game. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm not the one to judge a rapper. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't think Samuel Jackson should be the one to judge a rapper, but I understand his point, because you got a lot of bullshit rappers thinking they can act, getting in movies just because they selling records. We ain't gonna me personally, I'll never put a rapper in front of my camera if the motherfucker can't act. I don't do business like that, because movies come first, you know what I mean? The love of filming and the love of the game of the movies is inside my heart. So if a studio comes to tell me, yo, we want this such and such rap inside your movie, he can't act, I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna say, look, I can't have him in my film, because that's not what we're about. We're about making real goddamn films here. You follow what I'm saying? So, and then 50 Cent, on his terms, he's a good dude. You know what I mean? Me and 50, we ran back in the days and shit. We actually worked in the same fucking office. I was an intern. He was signed to J Records and shit. So I remember, we used to talk about blowing up and doing our motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? So he's one of those cats that I can see definitely doing it. You know what I mean? Because I've known 50 from back then. You know what I mean? I've seen where he grown at. I've watched him fucking grow. You know what I mean? It's in his heart. It's in his eyes. You follow what I'm saying? He's real about it. You know what I mean? All he needs is a certain direction. If a director can give him that certain direction, what he need, he'll be one of the best motherfuckers that ever touched film before. You follow what I'm saying? But if a motherfucker come and touch him, you follow what I'm saying? 50, we want to work with you. We think you're a good guy. You know what I mean? You sell a lot of records. Why don't you get over here and this guy's going to show you this gun and you just shoot the fucking gun? I think he's going to ruin his fucking career if he fuck with the wrong cats. You follow what I'm saying? Because you got to mess with cats that know film. If they don't know film, they're just gonna sell you, because the box office matters at the end of the day. The studios don't wanna fuck you if you can't sell tickets. You follow what I'm saying? So they'll use rappers to sell tickets. And if those rappers ain't smart enough, they're gonna fuck up their career. You follow what I'm saying? And they'll never get a shot at this acting game again. You follow what I'm saying? So it's an up and down situation. You feel me?
So if you want to pick up a copy of Statistic, log on to hiphopmovie.com.
That's right.
You can log on there and get your copy of Murda Muzik, the movie.
And is there anything that like that you guys that want to know about this film? Email me, lpfilms@yahoo.com. You follow what I'm saying? Let's go behind the scenes and talk. Let me let you know how some of the most interesting scenes was made in this film. You follow what I'm saying? How cooking up crack in the apartment was real. Having sex, you know what I mean? You see G.O.D. in the room having sex. He broke a light behind him. If you actually watch his face real close, you'll see that he slid off the wall. That's when he actually busted a nut. And I don't shoot pornos. Don't get it wrong. I don't shoot pornos. You follow what I'm saying? But these guys wanted to do it for real. So I said, if you want to do it for real, let's do it. But we're not going to get it to theater this way. We're probably going to get it to DVD that way. Probably have to cut some scenes out. You follow what I'm saying? I can't really show too much graphic, but I can show enough. You follow what I'm saying? So a lot of the sex scenes, a lot of the crack smoking, a lot of people getting locked up, a lot of that stuff was real. You know what I mean? In order to take it and make it happen that way was good. And I think that the way we did this film for the budget we had, I think we pulled it off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think we did a good job in pulling this shit off. It could have been a bigger and better film, but we worked with what we had. We had to get the film out.
What about the jail scenes? That looked really big budget, you know what I'm saying? It looked like that jail didn't look fake at all, so.
That was a real jail.
All right.
That was a real jail. What we had to do is we have to move all the prisoners. You know what I mean? We have to move all the prisoners to one side, let them go in a tier, and let them get buck wild. And you know, everybody was acting. I said, look, I don't need none of you motherfuckers acting. I need every last gang. You a gangster? I told him, you a gangster motherfucker. You a gangster motherfucker. Excuse my French, but I had to tell him. All right, now act like a gangster. Act like you in prison, nigga. Let me see what you do for prison. This is what you wear around in prison. All these motherfucking jewelry, motherfucker. No, you don't take that shit off, nigga. This is a fucking movie we're making. Get your ass in there and act again, nigga. You a gangster? Let me see how you play cards. Let me see how you rule that fucking TV, nigga. Let me see what the fuck you. Let me see how you walk back to your tier, nigga. Let me see you put a tattoo on that nigga for real. You follow what I'm saying? Let me see you smoke that motherfucking cigarette, nigga. Show me some gangster shit. You follow what I'm saying? And then a lot of them say, wow, this is real, yo. We understand what you're saying. But at the end of the day, a lot of them say, yo, thank God that we going home, man, because this shit feel too real. You know what I mean? We ain't got to stare at this bitch. So I found that the most funniest part in the whole goddamn film. You know what I mean? For real, yo. Straight up. You know what I mean? So the warden was nice enough to let us take over the prison, man. It was a good scene, man. It was good. It was real.
That's what's up.
And look for that new movie coming. That new movie coming out called Tough Love. And I thank y'all for coming out, checking out behind the scenes act to see how this movie was made. I want y'all to look at every little detail part and rewind it, because behind every scene, there was a lot of work taking place to make this happen. Behind every scene that went down, there was a goddamn story. It was a story. So this just not a movie we just threw together. It's been 4 years in the making to make this urban hip hop film. And I'm proud of it. You know what I mean? I'm proud. It's a good body of work for me. I'm proud that it actually came out the way it did. You know what I mean? I hate that it took so long to bring it to you guys, but all you dudes that want to rap that's coming up, you need to watch this film because it's real. You need to understand what music is about, the patience of the music game, the patience of the money game, the patience of dealing with knucklehead dudes around you. When you get on, you have so much niggas around you. You know what I mean? They're not real. They pretend. They ain't your friends. You follow what I'm saying? All this stuff plays in a row, and that's why we titled Murda Muzik, because there's murder behind music, and we don't want to keep the rap game going and everybody thinking it's a bad game. It's just a murder game. It's not murder behind this shit, man. If you're going to be gangster about it. But that's about it, you know what I mean? We don't want you dudes to be killing. That's why we put Murda Muzik, you know what I mean? Big up to Sean, nigga. Hold your head up in prison, nigga. A lot of this shit, you know what I mean? While I was shooting this thing, you went through exactly what we was shooting, you know what I mean? So it's so ironic that you get locked up in the middle of shooting this film. So I'm like, God damn, man. This shit happened to a lot of rappers right now as we shooting this shit. Prodigy, he was like, yeah, done. Let's just keep this shit moving. Hoping it don't happen to me. His ass got locked up 3 times doing making a movie, you know what I mean? Guns in his boots, guns all over the place, you know what I mean? Allegations, motherfuckers lying and saying all kind of shit. He a gangster nigga, so he got to be careful how he roll. You follow what I'm saying? But just because he gangster don't mean you got to pretend to act like him. You follow what I'm saying? Do your style. Do him. He gonna be him. He's surviving. You watching his movie right now. You follow what I'm saying? You listen to his rap right now. This is some real shit. And for him to be able to make a film like this to show you, you follow what I'm saying, what it's like to be one of the hardcore gangster rappers is some real deep shit. Because a lot of guys can't do their own gangster movie and show you what they're going through and still be able out to tell a story. You follow what I'm saying? A lot of them might tell a story from prison, like Big Noyd, rapper Noyd, a.k.a. Fresh, what he doing in the movie. He's telling the story from prison. You follow what I'm saying? Peace.